KC24 News is brought to you in part by the Fresno-Clovis Zoo.
Introducing the Furniture City credit card. Get furniture for your entire home for as little as $69 a month. Plus 0% financing and no credit check needed. Furnish your entire home for $69 a month. Get pre-qualified at FurnitureCity.com. That's incredible. That's Furniture City.
Do you have an open wound on your foot or leg? Do you have poor circulation and burning pain sometimes? Are you diabetic? There is a in an investigational use to see if it helps wound healing of ischemic foot and leg ulcers. Qualified participants will receive all study-related care, including doctor visits, study medication, and up to $1,380 in financial compensation. If you have an open foot or leg wound, call 559-322-0998.
At Way of the Fist, classes are in full session. In the arts of boxing. Coach David Davis uses his 55 years of experience to instruct new and returning students in technique, discipline, and respect. From 6 to 60, Way of the Fist teaches hard work as the basis for success. Join our classes with all safety precautions in force and limited class size. Way of the Fist, minutes away in Selma. Away in the arts of boxing, karate, and jiu-jitsu.
Tired of parking outside?
Since 1963, we've been giving cars a place to park. Sorry, dog. Whether you're short on space or just need an extra closet, Daryl's has you covered.
Own a Car presents this year's first 500 down sales event. This special down payment sale is for everyone. If you don't have any credit, just okay credit, or horribly bad credit, it shouldn't matter. If you're ready to look good, feel good, and drive something more your style, get out during this early 500 down sales event. If your down payment is coming from your taxes, we can wait. That's right. Drive home today with your promise to pay it later. And forget about all the red tape nonsense you could get elsewhere. It's Own a Car's 500 down sale. Target Shopping Center. Turn your living space into a home you love with Furniture City. Search through over 1 million square feet of inventory or see it now at FurnitureCity.com. Buying trendy and affordable furniture is easier than ever. And pick it up within 48 hours. That's incredible. That's Furniture City.
By Sanger Chevrolet Buick GMC, Fresno County's only Chevrolet Buick GMC dealer.
Local news that 24 News Sunrise.
Ahead on Sunrise, the 10-figure investment this state is taking in wildfire prevention and preparedness.
Plus, one of the first signs of normalcy in public schools in the state, the mask guidelines Clovis Unified is now following.
Welcome to KC24 Sunrise. I'm Brody Logan.
And I'm Caroline Collins. Thank you for waking up with us this morning. Are you getting used to seeing us in our new home in this new studio?
I'm not used to it.
I know. It's still crazy for us. We really can't believe it either, but we are taking a live look outside over Fresno on this Tuesday, May 25th. Ooh, that is a beautiful sunrise on Sunrise. Ruben Contreras is in now with a look at our forecast. Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning, guys. Today we're going to same for temperatures yesterday. We're in the 80s for a good portion of the valley. Nice start to the day, and you can see that sunrise once again right behind me. As for our current conditions, 54 degrees this morning in Madera, 64 in Fresno, and 59 for Vice City. To this time yesterday, but we have some wind pulling in some cool air from the coast, so that's going to keep our temperatures about the same compared to yesterday. Mid to upper 80s across the valley. Winds right now about 14-mile-an-hour winds in Fresno. They'll be close to 15-mile-an-hour winds for a good portion of the day. Plenty of sunshine for your Tuesday. We do have some clouds out there this morning, but they're not going to stick around for very long. Mid 80s at noon, our high of 89, close to the average of 85 for this time of year, and still in the 80s at 7 o'clock this evening. Those breezy conditions will start to pick up once again, but after today, the winds die down and temperatures start to warm up, and it's definitely going to feel like summer for Memorial Day. We'll talk about those temperatures in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Ruben. The Fresno-Clovis Prayer Breakfast is back this morning. This time it's being held at ksee24 Park to adhere to COVID-19 guidelines.
ksee24's Natalie Vera joins us live with more. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Doors are actually opening right now. So we are going to see people start to come in. They're expecting about leaders, county leaders, as well as different faith leaders from local churches here in the Central Valley. And I'm actually here about what to.
This is always a great day. We've done this for many, many, many years. It's where the Church of Fresno and businesses come together to pray for our city and for our nation. And so our main emphasis today is prayer. There will be other presentations. There'll be some music. We have a great speaker, Ann Graham Lotz, this year. She'll talk to us about the power of prayer. We're usually at the convention center. 2 years ago, March, we were there, and then of course COVID has kind of messed everything up for everybody. So this year we couldn't come back inside, so we thought we'd try something different and do it here at the stadium. And it's a beautiful morning, and we can't wait for things to get started.
And yesterday I was talking to one of the event organizers. They were just saying, despite the pandemic, they're kind of talking about this event, just kind of being like a symbol of just the community coming together again.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we believe in the power of prayer. We think that prayer really makes a difference. And we have recognized Fresno's a unique place. We've recognized that as the church, we're better together. And there's great camaraderie. And we come together for a lot of things, and we believe God has honored that and blessed our city as a result.
All right, well, that's great to hear. We're going to stick around throughout the rest of the morning. The breakfast will kick off at 7, but for now, live at ksee24 Park. I'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Natalie. Later today, President Biden will meet with the family of George Floyd on the one-year anniversary of his death.
It was 1 year ago that Floyd was murdered by a Minneapolis police officer, which set off months of civil rights protests and focused attention on police reform. The family's attorney, Ben Crump, says he hopes the family's visit will keep the momentum going towards the passage of a major police reform bill that bears Floyd's name. In Minneapolis, a day of events are planned to honor Floyd, including a concert and candlelight vigil. Fresno Mayor Jerry Dyer and Councilmember Gary Brennettfeld are pushing a new ordinance to allow the city to take over mobile home parks. 2 trailers caught fire at the Trails End Mobile Home Park last month, killing a man. Fresno leaders say that death could have been avoided if the city's code enforcement was monitoring the park for health and safety violations. The park is currently under state jurisdiction and had its license to operate suspended in January. Mayor Dyer and Councilmember Brennettfeld plan to discuss the ordinance today before introducing it at Thursday's council meeting.
The mayor of Clovis is trying to calm the public after a double shooting in the city's popular Old Town area. Police say Andres Sanchez and Merlito Luna were shot and killed at Palace Bar early Saturday morning. Clovis Mayor Jose Flores has a message for concerned residents.
An anomaly because Clovis, the city as a whole, is a very safe place, and Old Town Clovis is the safest place, and it's a festive place. It's not for something as tragic as occurred that night.
If you know anything about this shooting, call Clovis Police. Andres Sanchez's family has set up a GoFundMe account to help pay for funeral costs. You can find the link to donate on the article that accompanies this story on yourcentralvalley.com.
In our coronavirus coverage, Foster Farms is facing massive fines from Cal OSHA. The state cited Livingston plant for violations during and after a COVID-19 outbreak. The fines totaling more than $181,000. 4 staffing agencies are also facing penalties. Cal OSHA says Foster Farms did not immediately report employee COVID deaths. It also accused of not communicating with employees and its own management about outbreaks and deaths at the Livingston plant. A current Foster Farms truck driver who wants to remain anonymous told us that what happened when he had close contact with someone who had COVID.
At first, HR told me, okay, you got to go back to work until we get your test results. And then I asked my supervisor, I asked him, they were telling me this, and he said, no, you got to stay home. From that whole experience, I was, figured they were just trying to keep the plant open.
The state says Farms also safety measures like face coverings and social distancing and failed to provide training to its employees about the virus and disinfection. We reached out to Foster Farms for comment but have yet to hear back. The state says the company intends to appeal all the violations, at least for also filing appeals.
The Clovis Unified School District has modified its mask requirements. Students, employees, and visitors are now allowed to take off their masks outdoors if they're at least 6 feet apart.
We also continue to make sure and reiterate that if there's a concern or an expectation that we can't maintain that physical distancing, then the face coverings would still be required.
Clovis Unified is also preparing for in-person socially distanced graduation ceremonies. Seniors at Clovis East will be the first to celebrate at LaMonica Stadium tomorrow night. With fire season underway, Governor Newsom is trying to make big investments toward preventing and then responding to wildfires.
He wants to double the state's emergency preparedness funding from $1 billion to $2 billion. He plans to use the extra funds for wildfire prevention, extra firefighters and equipment, including new and improved firefighting helicopters. Last year was one of the worst wildfires. 10,000 seasons. Structures were damaged or destroyed. Officials with Fresno-Cal Fire say the extra money will help local fire efforts. They say it will have an impact on crews in the Central Valley. They've already hired an additional 115 seasonal firefighters.
We're going to see additional firefighters on the ground. We're enhancing our helicopters, some of our other aircraft within the intel side, and a lot of our fire crew stuff right now that we're enhancing.
Officials say statewide fires are up dramatically from this time last year.
We have some breaking news about a house fire. Firefighters are battling that fire in central Fresno. These are live pictures of the house that is affected. Crews were called to Michigan and Sierra Vista just a short time ago. This is around the 4600 block of East Michigan in central Fresno. If you know that area, watch out for the smoke and the fire coming across. Also watch out for our cameras. Don't walk in front of them, please. We don't have that much information at this time. We'll bring the latest to you as it comes into our newsroom.
See the flames at the top of that house structure, and it looks like firefighters might be spraying it from above. If you look hard, I know it's hard to see with all the smoke, but that's what's going on there. So
clearly it has not been exhumed. So they are trying to get a handle on this fire before it potentially spreads. There we go. You saw it right there. And yes, you see the hose coming from above to try to put this fire out. Again, this is happening right now on East Michigan and central Fresno. Smoke billowing out of that building.
And it looks like the front side of the building too is pretty burned. So yep, you can see the hose spraying down on top of the roof there to get control of those flames.
ksee24 sunrise time, 6:12.
Still ahead, Castle Air Museum's Open Cockpit Day is less than a week away when you can get a closer look at the aircrafts next.
And we have a slight drop in temperatures for today. First, your 40-altitude forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy, Oak, Privet, and Oliver, the top pollens. And we are in the medium range through Friday. I'll show you just exactly how long temperatures will stay in the 80s as KC Sunrise continues.
Expect more from the Sanger Solid Pre-Owned Sales Event from Sanger Chevrolet Buick GMC. Expect a huge inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs, all certified Sanger Solid.
Sanger Solid.
Expect the highest value on your trade-in, and every pre-owned vehicle comes with a Sanger Solid 20-point
Sanger
certified mechanic.
Sanger Solid.
Don't miss the Sanger Solid Pre-Owned Sales Event going on now from Sanger Chevrolet Buick GMC on Academy in downtown Sanger.
This is Sanger Solid.
Ooh, how much are these?
2 as low as $59.95.
I'll mark them up at least 10 times.
I'm sorry, but your card was declined.
Unbeatable selection without the drama. 2 pair, including the cost of your eye exam, as low as $59.95.
At Chewy, we know walks are made better with our furry friends, and we're here to make those walks easy. From tasty treats on the go to toys that keep them moving. Get everything they need, even prescriptions, delivered right to your door. Get fast, free 1 to 2 day shipping. Visit Chewy.com today.
Protect your pet this flea and tick season with Chewy.
Find everything from flea collars and sprays to prescriptions that keep pests away. Chewy has what you need to keep tails wagging and pets itch-free all season long. Shop pet prescriptions and more at chewy.com today.
What do you do after you're the #1 selling brand of gas-powered handheld outdoor power equipment in America? You start making more equipment right here in America. Real steel. Find yours.
It's the big sale or the big presentation, the day where everything goes right, or the one where nothing does. With Comcast Business, you get the network that can deliver gig speeds to the most businesses and advanced cybersecurity to protect every device 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Only my good side. How was Stanton Optical? Terrible?
Same day eye exam and just picked up my new glasses.
Cut! We can't use this one either.
Walk-in eye exams without the drama. 2 pair, including the cost of your eye exam, as low as $59.95.
Morning. Things are a little mild in certain parts of the valley, but this afternoon temperatures about the same compared to yesterday. We do have another round of temperatures in the 80s, and as for our highs, they are close to the average of 85 for this time of year, and we are starting the morning off with seasonable temperatures. Most of the valley in the 50s. The is actually in the 60s, 64 degrees right now, 59 for Visalia, 59 for Merced this morning, and compared to 24 hours ago, it is a little bit warmer out there, about 4 to 8 degrees warmer for a good portion of the valley, but thanks to a nice breeze, temperatures about the same. Another round of highs in the 80s this afternoon. Winds this morning in Fresno about 14 miles an hour. Then we have 12-mile-an-hour winds in Hanford and 6 in Visalia. That's going to be it for today. Close to on our winds, and after that the winds calm down and things start to warm up. So things are close to average, which is 85 for this time of year. Plenty of sunshine. We do have some high clouds out there this morning, and you see that behind me in our monitor showing you the sunrise this morning from our valley cam at ksee24. The breeze will continue all the way through the early evening, and then starting tomorrow it gets a little bit warmer, but the big warm up settles in for the end of the holiday weekend. Let's take you up to the Sierra this morning to show you a live picture from Hume Lake. This is the Christian Camp's webcam up there in the mountains of Fresno County. You can see clear skies this morning, just a few clouds over the mountain range. This trough is cooling us off, and it's going to stick around just for today. High pressure starts to build back in tomorrow, warming us to the low 90s. Those are more appropriate for the beginning to middle part of June instead of the end of May, but once we get to Memorial Day, it might feel more like the month of July. Futurecast shows some high clouds mainly around this morning, and of course we're going to see those clouds develop again on the backside of the mountain range later on this afternoon and this evening. And our air quality is still in the good range for a good portion of the valley. It is moderate though for Tulare County and good for Sequoia National Park. As for your coffee planner for today, not bad to either have a hot cup of coffee or iced coffee out there. We're going to be in the 60s for a good portion of the morning, getting close to the 70s at 9 o'clock this morning, then in the 70s at 10 o'clock or so. That's usually when things start to become a little bit more mild, and of course things will be breezy from time to time. 89 is our forecast high. That was also our high yesterday. Average is 85, so we're close to that, and thankfully we're staying below the record of 102. So it can get pretty hot at the end of May for Central California. Today, temperatures will be in the upper 80s across the Central Valley. Plenty of sunshine, winds close to 15 miles an hour for a good conditions for the first half of the evening. It'll be cooler tonight. Most of the valley will stay in the low to mid 50s. Fresno not as cool, but still comfortable. 59 degrees for an overnight low, and the winds will be close to 15 miles an hour, but those winds start to calm down tomorrow and temperatures warm up a little bit more. We're going to sneak into the low 90s for most areas, so it'll feel a little like the beginning of summer rather than the tail end of spring, but pretty close to it. The 7-day forecast has plenty of sunshine as we move forward into the rest of the week and all the way through the holiday weekend. Starting tomorrow, we're going to be in the low 90s for a good portion of the valley, and these are temperatures more appropriate for June instead of May. A slight drop in temperatures on Saturday, and then Memorial Day on Monday, 97. It's definitely going to feel like summer, even though it's the unofficial start to it. Your regional forecast available at yourcentralvalley.com anytime you want to check it out. For now, we will send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Ruben. Castle Air Museum's Open Cockpit Day is coming up next Monday on Memorial Day. It's the largest event the museum has held since the pandemic. Half of the museum's 70 vintage military aircrafts will be open for viewing from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. It's a rare opportunity to get a look inside the planes. The museum will be celebrating its 40th anniversary in June. For information on admission prices, just go to our website, yourcentralvalley.com. ksee24 sunrise time is 6:19.
What if you get to fly them? Still ahead. Look at how Central Unified is keeping a student's memory alive, all while giving back to others. That's next.
Imagination. If there is a single word that describes why people choose Nelson Dye Remodeling Specialists for their new kitchens and baths, it would be imagination. Imagination permeates every Nelson Dye architectural design, resulting in some of the most awe-inspiring kitchens and baths built in the Valley over the last 60 years. Architectural design infused with imagination from Nelson. Right from the start.
Introducing the Lowe's List, a selection of our most innovative picks, like the HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams Everlast Exterior Paint and Primer. Look for the full Lowe's List online or find the badge in our store. Lowe's, home to any budget, home to any possibility.
Sure glad we went to Les Schwab.
I'm glad the baby's still happy.
Well, I'm just glad that along with tires, Les Schwab also does brakes, alignment, and a bunch of other safety services. I mean, if we'd gone to a cheap tire store instead, I'd be a doggone wreck.
My thoughts exactly.
Les Schwab Tires, proud to be ranked #1 in overall customer satisfaction for aftermarket tire replacement by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Come experience Floor & Decor's grand opening in Fresno.
Sure, some projects can require a bit of compromise, but there's no settling at Floor & Decor, because here we can fulfill our vision and get in-stock products at budget-friendly prices, all in one trip. Plus, we get the installation materials we need to get it done right and right on time. With easy planning and one-stop shopping, it's a win-win.
Discover your new Floor & Decor in Fresno, or visit us online at flooranddecor.com.
How's it feel to lead the field? At Central Valley Honda dealers Race to Save, you get winning deals, like 0% financing for 48 months on Pilot, with room for 8 and Honda Sensing Standard. But you better step on it. Our Race to Save event ends Memorial Day.
This is ksee24 Sunrise.
Janessa Ramirez would have been 16 years old next month. 6 years ago, the then 9-year-old was killed. She was an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire of a gang dispute. In Education Matters, Juanita Stevenson reports how her legacy is being kept alive through a scholarship program for Central Unified students, and most recently, a mural.
With each stroke of her paintbrush, 16-year-old Elena Silva thinks about her friend who died 6 years ago.
It brings me joy. I think it's very beautiful. I think it's very her.
Her friend was Janessa Ramirez. The 9-year-old's life was tragically cut short when she was killed, caught in the crossfire of a gang dispute, an innocent bystander.
I want people to about, bringing more happiness into this world and just not stop the violence, stop, all the gun stuff going on, and just to remember that, a beautiful soul was taken for no reason.
6 years after Janessa's death, Elena joined family, friends, and community members to paint a mural to remember Janessa. The colorful painting covers the south wall of the Granville T Community Center, a place that is a resource for families in the Central Unified School District, a place people will see.
It's a blessing that so many people have found ways to, like I said, to remember her. And this is ultimate. This is and it's in our area where she grew up, so it's awesome.
The mural was commissioned by the Foundation for Central Unified Schools. Janessa was a 4th grader at Steinbeck Elementary at the time of her death, a 9-year-old who loved the color purple.
It's a blessing because, I've been here in Fresno my whole life. And I've never experienced something like this. So like you said, to see Fresno, I say Fresno because everybody knows, come together, I was like, wow, we might have bad, but we outweighed it with so much good with my daughter.
This painting is just one way to honor her daughter. For Central Unified Schools started a scholarship in Janessa's memory. At the unveiling of the mural, 7 high school seniors received their awards of $2,500 each.
And they try to relate to what Janessa stood for and how they're going to use that money moving into their college career. So it's actually made a huge impact on our students. It's one of our largest scholarships, our biggest scholarships that we give away.
As Janessa's mom said, they are turning tragedy into something positive. To date, 31 Central Unified students have received scholarships. At the ceremony, Mayor Jerry Dyer talked of Janessa's lasting legacy.
More than ever, this mural means so much. It means so much to this community as a reminder that we must constantly be vigilant against gang violence, and it will be a constant reminder of how much we all loved Janessa.
For Education Matters, I'm Juanita Stevenson, ksee24, local news that matters.
The sun has always powered life. And now it powers our latest innovation to heat and cool your home more efficiently. Which saves
The future of home comfort is here now at Donald P. Dick Air Conditioning. Get the latest in home comfort and energy savings with Mr. Cool. Get up to $13.75 in rebates or special financing.
Throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, Omni's doors have remained open. In-person and telehealth visits. In addition to medical appointments, we are offering all dental services, including walk-ins. To better serve you, we now have a new phone number, still easy to remember, and the same great health care. 866-707-OMNI.
Our family serving yours. Omni Family Health.
Yeah, the most common repair we find is broken springs. As a matter of fact, today I've already done 2. We come prepared. Our vans are fully stocked, all the tools that we need to get the job done. Quality service, quickly. That's what you get at Precision.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
I grew up in Linden, California, but as a former Bulldog, I consider Fresno home too. My All Rise Foundation teaches kids how to be heroes for their community by putting service over self. So we're partnering with the Central California Blood Center to encourage young.
Remember your launch angle.
Because being a hometown hero is as simple as stepping up. How about that for launch angle?
This isn't your typical runaway bride scene. It's a Nissan sales event ad. Now that's something I can commit to. His RAV4 doesn't even have as many standard safety features as this Rogue.
Hurry in for a low $219 per month lease on the 2021 Rogue.
Love may be forever, but these offers are not.
It's our annual Cash for Cameras event. This Memorial Day weekend, get cash on the spot for used digital cameras and lenses. Or get an extra 10% bonus when you trade up for something new. Don't miss Cash for Cameras at Horn Photo in the Village.
Welcome back. It's a little mild in certain parts of the valley this Tuesday morning, but our highs this afternoon, similar to yesterday, it is going to be warm, but it looks like we'll stay in the 80s. 64 degrees in Fresno this morning, 59 for Visalia, and 59 out there, but thanks to a breeze picking for afternoon highs, staying in the 80s across the Central Valley, and those winds are close to 14 miles an hour for Fresno and Hanford. Winds close to 15 miles an hour on and off throughout the day. So plenty of sunshine for your Tuesday. Temperatures in the upper 80s across the Central Valley, and of course these temperatures 90 degrees through the first half of the holiday weekend. We do drop back into the 80s on Saturday, but then temperatures are going to be warming up a little bit more for Memorial Day. KC Sunrise Time coming up on 6:29 this morning. Don't go away. We have much more right after this.
Cars
Carvio Fresno is your source for fine, affordable pre-owned cars. Every vehicle we sell has been checked out and serviced. That's why Carvio offers a lifetime warranty for as long as you own your vehicle. Check out our large inventory on our see for yourself for a stress-free car buying experience. And with zero down with good credit and other financing options, you can drive out with the car you want for a price you can afford. Carvio on North Blackstone and Spruce, home of the lifetime warranty.
Possible happens here and here. With more than 100 programs to choose from and campus support in Bakersfield, Visalia, Fresno, and Merced, earning your degree has never been more accessible. Join FPU industries like healthcare, education, and ministry. Yes, classes look a little different these days, but our commitment to quality Christian education is as strong as ever. Wherever you are, an FPU degree is within reach. Start now at fpu.edu.
Federal. Attention, California. New federal funding of $3 billion is available to help more people pay for health insurance, no matter what your income. How much is yours? Julie and Bob are paying $700 less every month. Dee got comprehensive coverage for only $1 a month. And the Nevada. Check CoveredCA.com to see your new lower price. The sooner you sign up, the more you save. Only at Cover California. This way to health insurance.
T-Mobile sees your hard work, day in and day out. So we're giving you the tools you need to gain the edge, tackle new challenges, and rule your day. You work hard, and that's why Metro makes switching easy. Right now, there's 0 fees to switch. Get our lowest price on unlimited, just $25 a line for 4 lines. Plus 4 free Galaxy phones, all on the T-Mobile network. Metro, empowering you to rule your day.
This academic year has been challenging, but I think there's so much success to celebrate.
Like no other.
Across California, the care, compassion, and teaching has never stopped.
Addressing their unique needs.
And providing a safe learning environment students could count on.
Join us in honoring the work of educators. Together, we will build a better California for all of us.
Central Valley Honda dealers' Race to Save is on. Race in now for supercharged savings, like a $169 a month lease on Civic, boldly delivering up to 42 MPG. But you gotta get here fast.
KC24 News is brought to you by your Central Valley Toyota dealers. Local news that matters. For News Sunrise.
Next on KC Sunrise, President Biden visits with the family of George Floyd on the anniversary of his death.
We've all seen the knee of injustice on the neck of Black Americans.
The reform bill now in the Senate to make sure it's
described as the worst COVID outbreak in California. The Foster Farms plant is now under investigation, the fines it now faces, and what workers are saying about the company and how it handled the pandemic.
We've always held this event indoors. We're so excited that as we prayed, God said, take it outdoors.
And there have been lots of prayers at this place. People of all faiths gather for this morning's Fresno-Clovis prayer breakfast. Who will be sharing a message? ksee24 Sunrise starts now.
We'll have a live report from there in just a couple of minutes. It's already getting underway.
Get yourself a dog, some Cracker Jacks, and
some prayer.
And some prayer. Not too bad.
Good morning. Welcome to KC.
I don't know if they have concessions open. We'll have to ask Natalie. I'm Brody Logan. Thank you for joining us. It is 6:32 on this Tuesday morning, and there's a sunrise over Fresno. Ruben Contreras has a look at the forecast today. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Things about the same with our temperatures yesterday. We're going to have a bit of a breeze to help us out, and that's going to keep temperatures in the 80s. As for this morning, 50s for a good portion of the valley, 59 degrees in Visalia. Though in Fresno, of course, Fresno's usually a little bit more mild compared to the rest of the valley, and everyone is warmer right now compared to this time yesterday. But the winds are pulling in some cool air from the coast. We have winds of 14-mile-an-hour winds out of the northwestern Fresno and 12 in Hanford. So that's going to continue for most of today, and that's going to keep our valley. Your day planner comes together like this, around 60 degrees at 7 o'clock this morning for the entire valley. Low 80s at noon, plenty of sunshine. There's some high clouds out there, but that's about it. 89 is close to the average of 85 for this time of year, and we'll be in the mid 80s at 7 o'clock this evening, and the breezy conditions will continue into tonight. After today, though, temperatures warm up. I'll show you exactly how long highs will stay in the 90s coming up in just a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Ruben. We have some breaking news. Battling a house fire in central Fresno. Crews were called to Michigan and Sierra Vista just a short time ago. The house was vacant. It had caught fire. Investigators are on the scene right now trying to determine what actually happened. Again, that's the 400 block of East Michigan in central Fresno. So you might want to go around that area if you're headed in that direction. George. It's been 1 year today since George Floyd died with a police officer's knee on the back of his neck in Minneapolis.
The officer, Derek Chauvin, was convicted of murder last month, but police reform in Washington still at a standstill. Tracy Potts has a look.
I will stand and be the voice for him.
George Floyd's family is back in Washington today, meeting at the Capitol with lawmakers and the White House with President Biden.
The bill is passed.
Pushing for the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act to become
Justice on the neck. All seen the need of injustice on the neck of Black Americans. Now's our opportunity to make some real progress.
But the reform bill is stuck in the Senate. The White House and key senators are negotiating.
We're certainly hopeful that will help move this legislation.
I think we can see the end of the tunnel.
Everybody wants to get something really meaningful done.
The Floyd Act would ban chokeholds and no-knock warrants, prohibit racial profiling, create funding for community policing, collect more data about police encounters, and end qualified immunity for law enforcement. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
The Fresno-Clovis prayer breakfast is back this morning. This time it's being held at Ksee24 Park to adhere to COVID-19 guidelines.
ksee24's Natalie Vera joins us live this morning from the prayer breakfast. What's going on there?
Well, good morning, guys. They're almost ready to get things going. We've been here all morning. We've seen them prepping, and the breakfast actually starts at 7 a.m. So as you're joining us, they're sitting at the stage that they have everything all set up. Now, I'm here with Pastor Bob again. He's going to tell us more about what to expect this morning and what's different this year.
Well, it's different this year, as I've already said, that we've always done it inside. 2 marches ago was the last one we had. We had about 2,700 people. The venue this year, having it outside because of COVID, but we're looking forward to a great time of prayer and hearing our guest speaker, Ann Graham Lotz.
You were just telling me, so you were one of the event organizers for the previous prayer breakfast. What was that like?
Well, the last one, we have done these for so long that the last one, although there's a lot of logistics, this one, we've kind of had to reinvent the wheel and think about where we're going to do this, how we're going to do this. But we just knew that it was important that we gather the city together to pray for our community and our nation, and you're seeing the results of that.
And so we're going to have people from different churches here in Clovis and in Fresno.
Yes, people from different churches. There'll be some of our community leaders. I know Deputy Mayor Matthew, and several other politicians.
Right. Okay, sounds.
Lots.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we're gonna stick around, but like I mentioned, that breakfast or the event is actually kicking off in less than 30 minutes. People are already eating their breakfast, but for now, live at Janessa Park, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Natalie. Fresno Mayor Jerry Dyer and Councilmember Gary Brennenfeld are pushing a new ordinance to allow the city to take over mobile home parks. 2 trailers caught fire at the Trails End Mobile Home Park last month, killing a man. Fresno leaders say that death could have been avoided if the city's code enforcement was monitoring the park for health and safety violations. The park is currently under state jurisdiction and had its license to operate suspended in January. Mayor Dyer and Councilmember Brennenfeld plan to discuss the ordinance today before introducing it at Thursday's council meeting.
Mayor of Clovis is trying to calm the public after a double shooting in the city's popular Old Town area. People are calling for justice after Saturday's Clovis and Merlindo Luna were shot and killed at the Palace Bar. He wants people to remember father of 2. Easygoing, fun-loving father of 2.
Good person. He had a good heart. If whatever you needed, he was there for you.
If you know anything about this shooting, call Clovis Police. The Sanchez family has a GoFundMe account set up to help pay for funeral costs. You can find a link to that on this story on our website, yourcentralvalley.com. The White House is pushing for an international investigation into the origins of COVID-19.
The Biden administration is urging China to release more information during a U.S. intelligence report that indicates 3 researchers at a Wuhan lab sought hospital treatment in November 2019. It gives credit to a theory that the virus escaped from a laboratory in Wuhan, China, rather than transmission.
I think that we should continue to investigate what went on in China until we find out, to the best of our ability, exactly what happened.
China Foster Farm OSHA reports of violations were found during and after a COVID-19 outbreak at its facilities in Livington. The fines total more than $181,000. 4 staffing agencies are also facing penalties. Cal OSHA accuses immediately reporting employees' COVID deaths. The plant is also accused of not communicating with employees and its own management about the outbreaks and facilities. A current Foster Farms truck driver who wants to remain anonymous told us what happened when he had close contact with someone who had COVID.
Really can't say anything too negative other than, them trying to tell me to go back to work after I was in close contact with someone that tested positive.
The state says Foster Farms failed to implement effective safety measures like face coverings and social distancing and failed to provide training to its employees. Infection. We did reach out to Foster to get back to us. The state says the company intends to appeal all the violations. At least 3 of the 4 staffing agencies are also filing appeals. In the South Valley, a new cannabis operation is set to bring more
open business yesterday. The company is operating at a 10,000 square foot greenhouse with plans for more in the works. Leadership team member Dave Moak says they're developing 15 acres with 250,000 square feet of cultivation along with facilities to process and manufacture product. Around the clock live video feeds.
This is going to create a bunch of jobs here in the city of Lemoore. We are exclusively hiring Lemoore residents to work here at our campus. At full build out, we'll have over 50 jobs, well-paying jobs, good-paying jobs.
The company is delivering in Fresno, Kings, and Tulare counties. Well, if you're looking to make a different kind of green, Here's some positions open right now on the job corner. Solid Personnel is looking for a commercial electrician. Blink Studio needs a lash artist. And Aspen Heights is hiring a groundskeeper. You can find these listings and more at our website, yourcentralvalley.com. Just click that tab that says jobs.
All good options right there. ksee24 sunrise time is 6:42.
I fashion myself as kind of a lash artist at times. Still ahead, why scientists are predicting an even worse fire season in Southern California this summer.
And here at home today, brought to you by Boz Allergy, Oak Privet through Friday. And we are in the medium range through Friday. I'll show you exactly how long temperatures will stay in the 80s as KC Sunrise continues.
A&W restaurants are in full swing following all COVID-19 guidelines and ready to serve your favorites. Fill up your car and feed your Aero Gas and Food by A&W. Aero Gas and Food Mart featuring drive-thru or walk-in takeout. Load up with frosty root beer, tasty burgers, boxed family meals, and more. All made fresh and ready to go. Visit our South Valley